Okay guys, just having a little bit of fun with the Nocturne Mystery Brain Echo pedal. This thing is really cool. I'm going to go through really quickly what this thing offers. You might be aware that I'm running a competition at the time of filming to win this pedal, so check that out. I'll put it in the link. Let's see here. Okay, so this is an Echo pedal. It's got a digital tape delay emulator. You know what, I'm going to avoid the tech stuff because that's just not me. I'm just going to tell you what I like about it and what it does as far as I know. So it's an Echo pedal. It's got a preamp function, okay, that simulates that quality that you get from an original Roland Space Echo unit, okay, because they had a preamp in them. They gave a little special source, as we like to call it, and that gives you the option of having that on and off, which already I really like. I like the idea of being able to turn that on and off. And in the middle here, we have a little boost function, okay, so that's a great idea. In terms of that discussion of recently when I put up a Strymon Volante, and people were saying, oh no, you have to have one of these, this is better. To me, they're different pedals. They are completely different pedals. One, you know, the Strymon is a scientific emulation of various vintage units, whereas this kind of does a particular thing. But here is the thing. This kind of emulates, you know, that Space Echo thing, you know, and very aimed at the Brian Setzer kind of sound. But if you think about a Roland Space Echo, you would use them for a plethora of things, and this is no different. So whilst it is aimed at that kind of, you know, Brian Setzer kind of Brian Setzer in a box type thing, and it's amazing for that, it does a lot of other things too. And in fact, one of the coolest things I did last night was plugged my ES175, my Gibson, into it with flat wounds, and man, that just was, to me, that was like, wow, this is awesome. This could be my sound kind of thing, you know, one of my sounds. I like all kinds of things. Now, what I particularly love about this pedal, what really to me makes this a really valuable thing to have, okay, when I plug into a delay pedal, I find all kinds of things happen to your dry signal, and sometimes it just bugs me. Being able to turn that preamp on or off is super clever because you get to use the Echo, and it's done in such a way that Echo is quite subtle and the controls work quite subtly, so you can bring it in or pull it out to have a nice dry signal and not lose that. I mean, I could use it for jazz, I'm not kidding, and have just a little bit of subtle delay, almost like a reverb. But I love the character from the preamp, and it actually still sounds quite full-bodied. It doesn't suck the bass out because Tavo, the builder of the pedal, brilliant move here to put a bass cut. That is the coolest thing for me personally. I love that. I do a lot of gigs by myself. I don't need to have that bright sound or that bass pulled right out because I'm playing by myself. I'm not trying to get up over the top of other people. Or maybe it's just a bass. So to be able to wind that bass back in, okay, or pull it out at will, makes this pedal very useful to me. So thank you, Tavo, for doing that. That's really sealed the deal for me. So as I mentioned in the giveaway video, I bought 2 of these, one to give away and one to keep for myself, and it was a big outlay, but totally worthwhile. So the preamp volume, fantastic. Obviously, as you turn it up, it sizzles a little more, which is great. The time, your typical delay time, I think it's repeats, and then your tape mix, just standard delay functions. I don't really need to go into those. These here, they work very subtly. The light is a great feature because it actually it goes on and off at the sort of speed you've got the modulation, oscillation, or whatever you want to call it, the modulation occurring, okay? So I'll show you that when we get the camera up to there. You'll see how that kind of operates. Yeah, so overall, fantastic pedal. And then just the cherry on top, that boost. So for me, when I play in a Sun Records tribute show. I've been doing that for 8 years. We've done hundreds of gigs. I actually have experimented with different pedals over the years. Boost pedals. I've actually got a Dunlop Echoplex emulator. Emulating the little pedal to give that little bit of, just a bit of upper mids. I really just used it as a boost to cut over the band a little bit. But you know, that's one pedal, and then you kind of need a boost as well at times when you're soloing. So there's a second pedal there. And then of course you've got your delay on the board. So this kind of covers all 3 in one, and it does it really well, and it does it with space. Like, not just because it's a Space Echo kind of emulator, but each feature, there's a certain room that each feature has, if that makes sense. They don't seem to compete. That's hard to explain, but it's just a great function. So anyway, enough said about that. Let's jump over and have a little bit of a look and listen to some of the things that are going on over here. All right. Okay, so currently I have it on a reasonably subtle setting here. Let's just try and get that out of the way for you. That's going to be annoying. Let's try and pull that. There we go. All right, cool. So it's on a reasonably subtle setting. What I'll do so we can hear the quality, it's the first thing I like to hear in a delay pedal. Let's bring up that tape mix. And you can hear that repeat. Now, if I expand the repeat and give it time, we get to have a really good listen to the actual quality of the repeat. Really dirty tape, you know, old tape sort of sound of degradation. So that's really cool. That's nice. Crunchy. There you go. So that's really cool, having a good listen to the tails. What we'll do, I'm going to put the modulator on because this is a good opportunity for us to hear the difference with this on. So I'm going to bring the speed and the depth right down. Okay, so you can actually still hear a little bit of modulation. Okay, I'll expand those repeats. You can hear that working its way down into a, let's call it a modulation valley. All right, now if I bring up the speed all the way, can't even really hear it there. Or you can a little, but there we go. It's sort of at that speed. It was kind of matching the time, and I wasn't really hearing it so much. So now I'll bring up the depth, and we'll actually just maybe slow the time a little. I'll let it ring. That was a good idea to let it ring. Now you can really hear it. Okay, now if we go, I actually started with if I put the depth right up, here we go. That really drastic kind of whirring. Okay, so there's some sort of extremes. We're getting a bit of a listen to the tape quality. I'll put the mix up all the way. I mean, that's just awesome. And that's, you know, we start getting to that weird, fun delay territory that you see all those YouTube dudes making videos on. So, now, I'm going to move away from that a little bit. What we'll do, we'll clean that up a little bit. Maybe just put this on something a bit more subtle, like a low speed, low depth. Let's go for a little bit of the Stray Cat thing. Let's do the thing that it does, that it's known for. So we'll tighten up the time, just to give it a bit of a thickness, and bring up the mix a little. Need a regular pick. Here we go. All right, pull the repeats back too. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that, just that little bit of. Okay, that's a little dirty. I'm just going to bring this down a touch. Okay, that's on the bridge pickup. I've got TV Jones pickups on this. So that's giving us a little bit of that vibe. Also, let's bring up that bass cut. Hear that little bit of raw and that little bit of bite, that whole Brian Setzery thing? I think that's kind of what's going on. Alright, that's with the bass cut wound all that way, so it's, I think as we wind it back, Okay, so that brings the bass in. What you're really hearing doing its job nicely is that preamp. So I've actually made a bit of a guff there, but that's actually with the bass cut. So that's pulling bass out and that's reintroducing it. So that's a really useful feature. But again, that preamp actually gives that little bit of top boost. It's really nice, and that's a subtle. It doesn't sort of yank it out or boom it back in. It's just a very subtle little curve. Very nice stuff. That's what I really love about this pedal. I did not expect it to be so subtle, if that makes sense. So without the preamp, if we just want to hear, let's bring that takes up. You can just hear that delay doing its thing really sweetly. And I'll say too, look, I'm plugging straight into the computer with some pretty basic stuff. I've got the Electro Harmonic Soul Food and the Mua audio file, which just basic cab sim. And it's not the greatest setup. This will interact differently with your amp. So I'll have to do another video going through my Supro, because that is my little gorgeous toned thing. And I think that would be really cool. But even this, for me, it's doing some really cool things, and you're getting to hear it in a very raw state. So you're really getting to hear, the pedal and the guitar working together. So what else can I do in terms of slapback? Let's. I mean, look, I'm quite attached to the preamp, so I'm going to bring that back in. Now, if I hit that, it's going to make things a lot louder, and it's just probably going to distort. But let's just see what it does. Not the pedal's fault either, that's just the interface and the... Oop. No, I'm not going to play that, I don't remember how to play it. I'm on the middle pickup now. So that little bit of woody kind of tone to that comes from the preamp, and then you've got that kind of dirty tape sound with that. That's, that's kind of what you want if you like that really dirty vintage tape sound. It's really cool. What else can we do? I might take that off. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm kind of at, I guess, really for me, I mean, we can check out some of the longer things and that other uses other than just, rockabilly and whatever. And then I go play a rockabilly line anyway. And then if we take this off, you can see it does that kind of thing, and it does it really well. And this is what I was talking about with the Space Echo, with it doing a wide range of things, because sure, it emulates a Space Echo. I don't think I spoke about that in this take. I've done a few takes, so my brain just gets mushed. But if you think about a Space Echo, it does a whole bunch of things. So of course this pedal can do a whole bunch of things. It doesn't just have to be for... Let's bring that back there. Sounds great, but it doesn't have to be just for that. that's on the middle selection there of my double anniversary TV Jones with both pickups working. Let's go on the neck a little. And that's what I mean. This pedal, it's a real sweetheart. You can actually really... And it just sounds lovely. It's because, and that's purely because I think it's been given a very subtle treatment. Nothing's been in your face, overdone, and there's plenty of room for you to get it where you want it sound wise. So it's to me, it's like the MXR carbon copy of vintage delays. And why I say that is that pedal was remarkably subtle, and it's like putty. You can really kind of massage it into a tone that works for so many things. And there's a little bit of that about it. It's a subtle, it's a gentle pedal. It's one that you can get that sort of in your face sort of stuff. I mean, if we put that tape mix right up and crank that preamp volume, maybe pull that out. You can hear that delay quite fully there, but it just doesn't. It's not harsh on your dry signal, which is really impressive. It's again, I can't speak highly enough about it for what it does and what it is. Yeah, well, you get the idea. That's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Check out the competition. If depending on the timing, you might be watching this video 6 months and it's well gone. But if you are happening to watch it in the near future, yeah, hopefully check that out. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. Tell me if you want me to do anything particular with this pedal, and I'll do it. Thanks for watching, and see you later.